Doc Loves the Kids, a local Kitsap County nonprofit organization established in 2015, whose mission is to provide activities, programs, and community support for at-risk youth.
They put the U in community.
Doc Loves the Kids.
Welcome to Uncommon Courtesy.
We give you the courtesy of conversation
That's uncommonly spoke of.
I'm D-Mac.
I'm Wesley.
And this is the show. Hey, don't forget to like, listen, subscribe. Thanks to all our followers. Thanks to everybody that stuck with us yesterday, the day before, watching the election unfold. And that's what we're here to talk about right now. Donald Trump has won the re-election again after 4 years. He got 295 electoral college votes.
I think he's probably going to end up with more than that.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Because they're still waiting on Nevada and Arizona.
Yeah. So he'll probably get over 300. I mean, it was a pretty sweeping win.
Yeah.
For him. You know what I mean? It was a pretty decisive victory for him. So, you know, we're cut from the cloth where, I mean, we're not going to complain and cry about it. I mean, he did win. We'll give him that thus far. But we do have some information we want to.
Who's not going to cut and complain and cry about it? Man, kill that noise. Let's talk about it. Okay. Yo, check it out. He got 72 million votes.
Exactly.
And that's about as much as he got last time. Last time he got 74 million, right? Kamala Harris got 67 million, right? But last time Joe Biden got 81, okay. 84 million votes. And so just me, not making a conspiracy, but are we saying 20 million people sat it out?
Man,
and it was record turnout this year? It was record turnout before, but this time it was record turnout, but we're still missing 20 million votes.
I saw the same thing. I saw there was a chunk of voters who did not come out to vote, like they're saying. They're saying obviously they didn't come out to vote. But how I really feel, I felt a vibration, I guess you could call it, man.
Yeah. From
like just what was going on in the atmosphere. A lot of people were just talking about Trump. They're saying he won basically about 20 to 22% of the black male vote. That's like historic, you know what I mean? As far as modern day Republicans are concerned, that's historic. Black women voted for him 92%. I think they say the second biggest voting block for him was Jewish women. Then I think he had like 53% of the white woman vote.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can understand why the black men turned away from the Democratic Party, just like we were sitting here arguing about it before. You know, they only come around and they ask for our vote. They don't do nothing for us. And like I was telling you before, look, you got Meg Thee Stallion, Cardi B. Someone said, look, they took $40 million and turned it into a Yo Gotti concert. And I was like, you didn't grab anybody else. She didn't even offer Cornel West a job in her administration. It was just, hey, we're going to grab these rappers. We're going to have Meg Thee Stallion check her butt on stage. We're going to have Cardi B, illiterate ass, get up there with reading stuff off her phone. You know, these are not the representation. Look, you didn't want to represent
Cuban read
us.
Stuff off his phone as well, too. Mark Cuban at the same.
I do stand up comedy, bro. I don't read stuff off my phone.
You know why but in fact,
prepared, they don't come at all.
The reason why they read stuff off their phone because the teleprompter was down. I mean, most times your speeches are on the teleprompter. Teleprompter was down, so they let them read it off their phone. But let me say this: I'm gonna keep it real. How I really feel about it, it made me angry when I heard Barack Obama call out black male voters, but I see the same thing. I see the same thing. I'm not going to say all of them who voted against her, that was their reason, but I think a good majority of them. When I hear people talk about it, they're like, that woman. Y'all believe that woman? Y'all thought that woman was going to win? I mean, you can't even, that's disrespectful to be like that woman. Did we say that man? Well, when we talk about Donald Trump, they say Donald Trump. I think a lot of men don't want to see or can't feel like a woman can lead them, or they may have some whatever they got going on, how they feel about certain situations they've been through in life. They feel like that.
Well, because they probably had horrible moms, and so they were like, nah.
I mean, a lot of people have horrible dads. So we're not going to let that be we can't let that be. I mean, a lot more people probably had horrible dads. Man,
a lot of people were raised by single mothers, and we already know the statistics on that. I'm not knocking them all. I'm just knocking some of them. But the whole thing is, I mean, America. We already said it the first time with Hillary Clinton.
What makes a single mother? We can't. I don't want to gloss over the fact that people sometimes.
Stick to the topic.
No, we are. I'm just saying we are. But so the fact of the matter is how I really feel is like, I think a good majority of our own people, they weren't where they had. Okay. When you ask them, what do you want? They don't even know. They have no idea. So what you want is not about, I don't think it's about what they wanted. I think it's about what they didn't want to vote for.
I saw some people online like, haha, I'm glad I stuck with the candidate that's probably going to talk to us about reparations. I said, what? I'm like, oh, you tripping, bro. Yeah. You tripping. They're about to take your history out the history books. Are you talking about reparations?
I mean, and even bigger than that, you know, when you're really talking about it, the people who voted for him, his biggest voting blocks, like we were talking about earlier, are people who are, have low to no real education. Not to knock you, but it's just truth. He won that majority. He won the majority of that. Democrats won the majority of educated, Americans. And also the people who voted for him in majority are the people who are going to be the poorer, people who are maybe on public assistance, people who may just be on the cusp of middle class to being poor, whatever the case may be. You guys, what do you think he's going to go after? He's going to go after health care. He's going to go after your welfare,
stamps, Social Security,
exactly.
Medicaid. They're going to cut a lot of programs. See, y'all don't understand. That's what Elon Musk is here for. He told him, he saw what he did with Twitter, how he cut 60% of the workforce and it kept working. He's like, I need you to do that with the American budget. The rich are going to get richer and you're going to get poor. And a lot of people, I had a girl on my Facebook, I'm not going to call her out, but she was like, yeah, it's a great day in America. I'm like, ma'am, you're on food stamps and you've been on Section 8 since I've known you. All that is going to be gone. It's illegal to be homeless. So you're going to be locked up because you're not going to have a place to stay. And my whole thing like this, like I said, we had a chance to have democracy continue, or you had a chance to be under a dictatorship, and that's what we're under now. He has unchecked power. The Supreme Court gave it to him. We now have a king, as in Donald Trump, and they're going to run the Senate. They're going to run the House. So when everything happens and it goes down, nobody point the finger at anybody and say, ha, ha, ha. No, they'll be like, hey, this is what you voted for.
It's what you voted for.
This is what you wanted for. This is what you wanted.
I think a lot of people are afraid to take a stance, too. This is what I've noticed a lot, too. A lot of people came out today with the whole America, blah, blah, because I think a lot of people like to be bandwagon kind of fans of things. You don't want to take a stance because you're afraid to be ridiculed or looked at, or you may not even understand that the facts of what's going on. So you don't want to talk about it, but so you rather stand on the winning side. That's what it's like. It's like having a sports team win a championship. Then all of a sudden you see all the fans who are now their new fans. Yeah, I love this team. You know what I mean? It's like,
you better switch sides, bro. Like this, look, we don't live in a democracy anymore.
Never.
Our democracy is over. There will be no democracy left. That's over. Yeah, if you have the option to switch sides, but I was with him the whole time. Yeah, you better jump on his side. I'm not going to do it. I'm glad I live where I live at. And just like I was talking to a lady friend of mine today, she's like, I'm not worried about myself. She's like, I'm worried about my children. I'm worried about my friends that live in other states and in the Midwest, in these red states. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are about to lose their rights. A lot of mothers are about to get their kids taken away from them. It's all in Project 2025. You get what you voted for. America, we have to accept the election. There was no foul play. America decided they would like a dictator and full white supremacy, and we're going to report on it.
And you know what? And the way you just said that right there, I agree. Yeah. I agree. This is exactly what they voted for. People, I mean, he said exactly what he was going to do. He told everybody, and everybody was good with it. All of his actions, everything, the antics, everything. And this is what America is. It's like somebody, we were watching someone, who was that? I think it might have been Farrakhan last night. I think he played it. He was like, he said, basically, we just took a look in the mirror and saw ourselves in Trump. You know what I mean? That's basically what why people look at him and they want to ridicule him or they like him so much. It's because we see that's America right there. We're looking at. Full blown. Yeah, period. I see it all the time. I had a person come into my inbox. I don't talk to this person about anything. We don't talk. I mean, he might like some different like photos of my stuff or something like that, but we don't talk. We've never been buddy friends or anything. But as all of a sudden last night as a message, Trump. You know what I mean? Like to me, I almost felt like it's almost like, are you trying to be disrespectful?
That's all it was.
That's all that was.
So you talk to me about nothing at all, and that's all you send to me.
So I went ahead and did what I had to do. I went ahead and said what I needed to say to him because I'm gonna keep it real. That's just how I am as a person. I don't care. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you the truth. You know what I mean? We ain't got to talk about what was said, but not
even a hi, hello.
No, we going straight to the point. Then once I feel disrespect, it's gonna be disrespect back. Yeah. That's how it's gonna be. It's gonna be the truth. I'm gonna keep it real with you. But to me, I'm looking at that. But that's the crowd of people he has, though. They're childish. It's kid games, but in reality, they're not used to people who I don't play kid games at all about nothing. You know what I mean? So you're going to get that same energy back from me, but I'm serious about it. Are you? Half of y'all just playing the game. Half of y'all I had another dude who he's very much he's a Trump dude. He always got something to say pro-Trump, and he's just a child, but he's not really serious about what he's saying. So it's like he puts laughing emojis and little kid stuff, but this is who Trump's crowd is. This is what we're about to have 4 years of. But that 4 years is going to reverberate for.
Why does everybody think it's just going to be 4 years?
I mean, I don't. This is all
y'all tripping. Look, he tried to stay in power last time. The Democrats showed weakness by waiting till the election year to prosecute him and everyone else. Yep. That was your first mistake.
Yep.
Now he has the power to do whatever he wants to do, thanks to the Supreme Court's ruling. He's not leaving office unless he dies.
Hey, do you know
and
that?
then when he does, he's probably going to pass it to his son. We don't live in American democracy no more. We all going to sit here and pretend like we do. That's over.
He has immunity to do what he wants
to do what
man.
he wants. He's going to enact revenge. And look, I said this before, and I said it when we first started this show, and I'm going to say it again. Unless America does right by the African-American, foundational Black Americans here in America on their word of what they promised and what they should have done for us, this country will continue to burn. They didn't do right by us now. They try to come with the same old, hey, we're going to get out here and dance and put some rappers in front of you and talk about some stuff we're going to do for you, but not do nothing. And now you're in the place where you're at. Tough shit. And guess what? You know what's crazy? For me, I was like, I'm sad and I'm thinking, man, the world's going to be horrible for other people. And I'm like, damn, well, what about my world? No, it's not going to change that much because I've been in the same plight my whole life. I've been a second-class citizen. Everything I've ever had to work for or do in my life, I've had to go above and beyond to show that I'm good enough to have that job and be placed somewhere. So I can feel bad for people, but I'm going to report on it. But hey, welcome to my world. Because that's what it is.
You know what? Now, there's just two things. I mean, I look at it like this. They're the people from January 6th, a lot of them who were like being sentenced right now asked for like basically for their trial to be put off till after the election. I mean, not after the election, until after the inauguration, because they believe they're going to be pardoned, which he will come out and pardon those people who committed crimes against this country. He's going to do that. And so, I mean, at the same time, you know, this is the boat that we're in. We made our bed. We're about to lose a bunch of our allies across the world. Just watch and see what happens. Countries are going to start turning against us and going to our enemies because they can't trust in America anymore. You can't trust in that America is going to be consistent any longer. You know what I mean? Another thing is the dollar is going to tank. It may not, these things aren't going to happen immediately, and it may not all fully happen under his watch. But right now, our good standing around the world is over. That's what we don't understand. That's what we don't see. It's a joke. And a lot of times, what I've seen a lot of times is that even in 2012, Mitt Romney told Barack Obama in a debate that the biggest threat to America was Russia, and Barack Obama laughed it off like, aha, you think we're gonna you want to refight the Cold War? You think we're gonna fight in wars with bayonets? And it was a funny line. I laughed about it. I remember the line. I thought he did a good job with it. But look where we are now, 2024. Who is the biggest threat to America? Who are we fighting right now? Russia.
You know, it makes me upset too. You know, every time we talk about it, people are like, oh man, this isn't their country. This is stolen land. No, this is their country. Like I said before the election, they came here, they conquered. And this election just showed you, ain't nothing changed. You play up all this BS. Hey, we want to stop the immigrants from getting deported. Well, immigrants can't vote, homie. Hey, we want to do this and do that. Well, those people didn't show up for you. You try to show it. They were saying people for Kamala were voting for other people that they cared about. Trump and they were voting for themselves. To uphold white supremacy in America, which is happening right now, is going to be held up. I'm glad I live in a state and a part of my state where I won't be affected as much by all the policies that are going to happen. Everyone else, I don't want to hear nobody complaining about it. I don't be like, oh, this is what I voted for. I can't believe this happened to my friend, my cousin. Those aren't your friends. Those aren't your family members anymore. You threw everyone under the bus for your supremacy, and that's fine. Yeah. I get it. I understand. I wouldn't want to be taken. I wouldn't want my power to lose. And I told you before, I said, look, if you're on the cusp of losing your power and you're making your own destiny, you'll do whatever you have to do to keep it.